Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Siobhan Foster here who's going to give us an overview of some things that are very important to the village. Welcome. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you wrapping up lots of different divisions here in one presentation.
Yes, this morning I wanted to highlight more than $1 million in cost savings measures that staff has recently implemented, and then to introduce a new program to generate even more cost-saving ideas among our employees.
Wonderful. All right.
The first cost savings item is from our General Services Department. General Services is responsible for managing more than 400 GRF vehicles and recently updated the vehicle replacement policy to formalize the process to identify vehicles for replacement during the annual CIP process, to have the ability to lease vehicles, purchase alternative fuel vehicles, and used vehicles depending on what is best for the village, and to require General Services to complete a fleet right-sizing activity every 2 years.
Well, that's good because you've got vehicles that kind of go out of warranty and things like that.
Yes.
So, okay.
So the recently completed fleet right-sizing assessment evaluated all departments to identify the number of vehicles appropriate for the number of employees in the departments, and identified opportunities to share vehicles across work centers, to downgrade vehicles where it makes sense. So taking a large F-250 pickup truck and buying perhaps a Ford Ranger instead, and reducing the number of vehicles in the fleet. This recently completed exercise will save more than $600,000 over the next 4 years.
That's awesome.
There will be $478,000 in vehicle reductions, $94,000 in changing the vehicle class of the vehicles that are purchased, and $38,000 savings by pooling and sharing vehicles. So that's a huge beneficial outcome.
Absolutely. Wow, that is great.
And then another area we looked at very aggressively this year is employee health insurance. It is a necessity, but we wanted to make sure that we got the best value for our dollars. And at the time of budget preparation, we were engaged in health care negotiations and considered alternative methods of providing that service to our employees through captives, self-funding options, and so forth. The incumbent provider at that time quoted a 10% increase for 2023, but ultimately healthcare was negotiated with a different vendor at a 4.4% reduction while enhancing the benefits to our employees. This is going to result in more than $500,000 savings for 2023.
Wow.
And since insurance costs are determined by the number of participants and the amount of coverage selected, savings could be greater depending on staffing levels and the ability to fill vacant positions. So that's another substantial savings for 2023.
Wow, well that's good news because you look around and healthcare is just off the wall expensive and insurance and a variety of different things. So that was good that we found somebody.
Right, and I think by pushing the alternative methods, we got some attention.
Yeah, okay, good.
And then I wanted to highlight the Irrigation Master Control Upgrade Project. This is a project to replace an irrigation master control system that was installed in 2001. The 2001 system has the following components to give you an idea of magnitude. There's a main computer with a weather station, 31 cluster control units, 407 irrigation controllers with 10,500 active zones of irrigation.
It's a lot.
It is, it's huge.
When you look at your little thing on your backyard, you got 4 zones.
This system, though, is obsolete. There is no functional remote access. A technician must be present at the monitor to see and resolve issues. This is a limiting factor in response time given the system runs at night and on weekends. The new weather track system that is being implemented uses a cloud-based software providing user with remote access to manage the controllers. And then the daily weather reports are communicated to the controllers to automatically adjust runtime depending on moisture in the soil and anticipated rain and so forth.
That's great.
A conservative estimate of water savings from the new system is more than 74 gallons of water annually throughout the village.
It's a lot.
Based on current water rates, the estimated expenditure savings is almost $280,000 a year with a direct return on investment of 10 years. And I should stress with the expected water rate increases, expenditure savings is going to increase and the ROI will decrease. So another huge benefit to the village with long-term savings.
Yeah, that's great. Excellent.
And then importantly, we need to keep these cost savings ideas coming. So we are launching the Bright Ideas pilot program. Employees are a valuable source of ideas that may reduce costs, promote financial stability, enhance service quality and processes, offer innovation, and improve safety and decrease liability exposure. Programs to incentivize employees to share beneficial ideas with employers is an industry best practice. So we're going to implement this program.
Now, let me ask you something. Did somebody did one of our employees come up with the Bread Ideas pilot program?
It was actually grew out of discussions with our boards and how to keep those good ideas coming forward.
I love it. I love it.
Because
That's awesome.
nobody knows the operations better than our employees.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, let's look at some of the benefits of doing such a thing.
Sure. Qualifying suggestions are eligible for awards ranging from an honorary acknowledgement to $1,500 based on the impact of the suggestion. Funding for the 2023 pilot program will come from savings achieved through implementation of ideas generated by the program. The cost of the pilot program will not exceed $10,000. Program effectiveness will be monitored on a quarterly basis by the boards of directors and may be extended based on performance of the program.
Oh, that's nice. So it's something that's individualized department-wise, correct?
It's, well,
Or could it be across the board?
Yes, it can be any department, and it can be an individual idea, a group idea, but we just want to keep those ideas coming forward. And
That's
again,
great.
nobody knows this organization better than the employees.
I love that. That's definitely a different idea. So
Yes.
that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for the information. I appreciate the overview.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If you want more information about anything that we've discussed, you can always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org, and it will go to the appropriate person. We'll be right back.